What is going on, everyone? This is Dylan from We The Coasters. We're checking on into Universal Orlando Resort. Should be a very fun day. Let's not waste any time. Let's get into the park. So I do want to show you while we're walking up over here the construction site that's going on by, where the new Fast and Furious roller coaster is going on by. Lots of dirt built up, and I do see more footers being placed there right over there, so that's good to see. That's going to be where the supports are going to go on by, and then the track and all that stuff you're going to see right around there. So it is very, very active right over there, so that is good to see, to say the least. Definitely a lot more progress since I last came here, and yeah, it's getting there. There's a lot of dirt buildup over here and over here, and for whatever reason, the wall where Rip Ride Rocket is the only thing that's still there. Well, I don't know how long that's going to be there still, or if it's going to stay permanently. I'm not too certain. Not too certain, to say the least. So I do want to mention on that very briefly, but yeah, it's good to see there's doing a lot of progress. So like I said, we're going to head over to Islands of Adventure first, because I've heard WeTheCoasters are 15-minute wait, so I really want to see if that's the case. It's worth it, but yeah. So they have the pass holder entrance that's going around right now. So that's always a blessing, to say the least. And oh wow, I think we got some big wigs out here. They should have kept supercharged anyways. Not really a way to get into the park, and to be fair, there really isn't a whole lot of way out there. Maybe a little bit in that spot, but yep, makes me happy to be a pass holder. Oh, so let's go to Osaka shirt. Because, you know, funny enough about Osaka, there's a Universal Japan that's over there, and, you know, one day, man, I really would love to check out that park. So it's got some really cool stuff over there. Now, as far as the crowds have been concerned, the month of February has been kind of rough, but around this timeline, like early March, things have actually been very stellar. You know, weekend is a typical weekend, and then the weekdays haven't even been too crazy, but Universal is taking the time to refresh the areas here. So as you can see, they're working on the Cinnabon location that's right here, and around Cinnabon, you can see the thing right here, and then they're working on over here where not the bakery is, but the Confisco. I was drawing a blank there. So they're doing some work on the outside over there, as you can see. But I believe, yeah, it is still open, but it's just, we're working on the outside. So still want to get in. It's open, but yep, some work to do there. And they've been having the work done on the bathrooms too around Confisco as well. So make sure you are aware of that if you are going to Universal within the next few weeks, that the bathrooms over here are unavailable. And closest one, got to go to Circus McGurkus. So just heads up. But of course, before we go through the main fun stuff, I want to give a quick word to our brand new sponsor that's going to be on the channel, Advanced GG. That's right, Advanced GG now sponsors We The Coasters. Check out that handsome fella over there drinking that product right there. I know, he's enjoying it so much, just as much as you are. Use code COASTERS10 for 10% off your purchase. Again, COASTERS10 for 10% off your purchase. Check them out and check out all their socials and tell them Dylan from We The Coasters sent you there. Thank you, Advance, for sponsoring the channel and, of course, the video. I never thought I'd ever get to say the day that I ever get to talk about a sponsor, but here we are. It just feels crazy. It really, really does. So, we are in Lost Continent, and of course, I see WeTheCoasters going in the background, so at least I can tell it's open. But a lot of question marks going on by around here, especially in Lost Continent, because we're hearing reports more and more. Could be closer to where the whole land is going to be going bye-bye. So when this whole land closes, and you see people right near me, they're taking pictures and all that, obviously you do wonder what's going to happen to regular operations at islands, what's going to happen with like everything else that's all around here. And wow, this is rather interesting. So they have a Lost Continent sign right over here, basically showcasing where to get to Harry Potter from here. So I think that is a sign where we're getting closer and closer to the end of the Lost Continent. Here's what you can see right here. It's a shame too, man. It's such a beautiful land. I've always loved being here. 5 years is probably one of the best that's out here. And of course, you know, a lot of question marks. I guarantee you they will probably have this open when Lost Continent eventually closes permanently, when they're doing all the construction. And then, you know, it'll be like a new, like, weird circle, even though it's not gonna be a full circle until, like, whatever replaces it goes from there. But all right, let's go on the WeTheCoasters. Alrighty, WeTheCoasters, gotta say, great ride as always. I love it. Everything about this ride is fantastic. 25-minute wait, probably about accurate. I know they did the extended line like right towards the end, like, you know, once you get upstairs. But other than that, I mean, it was fine. You know, the line was moving. They were running 4 trains, so can't really complain about that. Ironic enough. Gotta love it. All right, off to the next attraction. Now keep in mind, they do have this area walled off. That is because they're working on the bridge that goes from Harry Potter to Jurassic Park from here. So the only way to get to Harry Potter, it's one direction. And you know, you go from where Lost Continent is to Harry Potter. So just want to forewarn you, if you are trying to go, you know, into the Harry Potter, you can't go through here. That's for right now. I don't know when the bridge will reopen from there, but yeah, we'll see. Now, one other thing that caught my eye over here is that, at least this is new to me, they have maple bourbon habanero popcorn over here. In this spot over here. Maple bourbon habanero popcorn. What an interesting popcorn idea, but I feel like because the banana popcorn has been fairly successful, that's where I feel like they're trying, you know, different popcorn out, and I don't mind it for trying. Also, if you want to get something for breakfast over here, we have a breakfast sandwich right over here where it's scrambled eggs, cheddar cheese, smoked bacon, and roasted red pepper aioli there. So interesting. It's $9.49. It's right over here. Also, this is brand new of a hut with new freestyle stands. Interesting. Now, I'm purposely walking around the area where Jurassic Park River Adventure is, because remember, the ride is closed for a major refurb that's going on by. And when I mean major, major. Now, there has been rumors as to what is going on and when it's going to reopen. I don't know. The big one that I've heard is that obviously it's getting a brand new control panel, it's getting a brand new track, and the price tag for it got expanded. At least the Jurassic Outfitters has kept it open for the time being, which I don't blame them. You got to make some money somehow. But there's been an interesting thing here. Take a look at this. They have added this over here, like a makeshift boat with a raptor on top of it, which that's super cool. And then one other big thing has actually returned. Well, actually a couple of things have returned. How about this? Remember the Jurassic Park tribute store that they had back in the day, like a couple years ago? I want to say like close to 3 years ago when the summer came out. They recreated the scene. So it's actually cool. They brought that out. They brought the high voltage thing out. This is some of the stuff from the tribute store that all came around within the area, which I did not expect at all, which is cool. They even brought the Triceratops head over here. That must have been for the Triceratops encounter. Also, if you want to get the Barbasol thing here, it's $550 plus tax. Be aware of that, though. So while I'm out here in Camp Jurassic, I do want to mention that Pteranodon Flyers is closed again. Another refurb. I don't know why the attraction is closed, but it is. So want to make sure that everyone is fully aware that this ride is closed again, and I don't know what's going to reopen. I mean, it was closed last year for like, I don't know, 10 months maybe. I don't know if they were needing a part or something, but yeah, just want to make sure everyone is fully aware though. Now, it's hard to really see through the foliage and all that because, you know, they have this purpose, but there are workers right now present over by the drop. They're working on the track area over there. Now, one other big thing that also came back, the Ford over here. Yeah, that's right, the Jurassic Park Ford Explorer over here, which is right by Rexy, which, man, they put that very much perfect in the spot. It's back, so that's great to see there. So, yeah, you want to get a photo up, just like these people are doing here, it's back. Well, Spider-Man has already hit a 40-minute wait, and so much for being empty because, yeah, the crowds are definitely here, and I don't think there's any single ride for Spider-Man today, which, so that sucks. So, at least there's one on Hulk and Dr. Doom, but, you know, obviously it's going to take a little longer than that. But, I've noticed something interesting when looking at the mobile ordering, and I don't know if anybody else has noticed this too. Apparently, at Cafe 4, it's kind of like the situation with Pizza Predatory. They are expanding within like the chicken parmesan, or not chicken parmesan, I'm sorry, chicken Alfredo and the garlic meatballs. And instead of putting them on a cone, they're putting them on like a slider. So I'm gonna give it a try and see if it really is much of a difference, but it's rather interesting. So we're gonna go inside and let's take a look how it is. Now, while I wait for my food to show up, I do want to say, I do want to take back with it Spider-Man. Spider-Man's got a good amount of weight. Hulk's got a bit amount of weight. Hagrid's is Hagrid's. VelociCoaster's at 45. And, you know, everything else is like, from what I'm seeing though, they're like 25 and under. So, honestly, it's not bad. Flying Hippogriff also is 40 minutes, which that's crazy. Speaking of me, 35 and Spider-Man 55. Yeah, it's I wouldn't call it crazy, but I wouldn't call it like dead. It's just kind of, I don't know. It's weird. But anyways, wait for food. I'm gonna try it out. So here are the sliders. Now I noticed they also have pesto in this here, so that's rather interesting to say the least. But yeah, so these are at least new to me. I don't know if anybody else has before this, but this is over in Cafe 84, as you can see right over here. Yeah. I'm gonna dig in, let you know how it is afterward. All right, next up what I'm doing is Incredible Hulk. I do want to say real quick, that food, pretty good, not too bad. I feel like I like the cones better, but if you want to at least, you know, go for a smaller option if the cone is too much, yeah, it's a good option though. So, do want to mention that. Anyways, Incredible Hulk, let's go. All right, did 2 rides on Incredible Hulk. I hopped on single rider. Now, the weird thing is when I first hop on the ride, single rider was open, quote unquote. Mainly the reason why is this. They basically went ahead single rider was like you join VFI with the entrance and then merge the single rider. But then they opened up single rider like literally a little after I hopped in the line, so I just kind of like, all right, we'll hop over, we'll do it. And I did. So I got on 2 rides back to back. First ride I did row 6 on the edge, and then row 2, front row on the edge. So sweet, that was awesome. Let's see what the line looks like for Spider-Man and Doctor Doom. I think for Spider-Man I can see it looks like a cluster. And Doctor Doom, I hope it's a 5-minute wait, because if it is, I'll hop on. If not, we'll see. Doctor Doom's Fearfall. Great ride as always. I'm very glad to have done that, especially the fact that there's technically one at Fiesta and one at Over Texas for one of those type of rides. So that's actually really cool to see. Spider-Man's wait time has definitely dropped. It was about 45 minutes earlier, and now it's dropped to 25. So I thought I was going to be able to get on. Looks like I am. Unfortunately, single rider is not available right now, but at least this part of the entrance is not open. Thank God. That's when you know the wait isn't too bad, as long as this part's open. All right, let's hop on. The Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man. What a great ride that is. I'm telling you what, every time I ride this, I always feel like happiness and joy, because that ride is just so good. I'm happy that this is still around Universal, even with, you know, the refresh that happened, which was a little more than 10 years ago. Hard to believe that it's happened, and it's scary that it's been that long, but my goodness, this is such a gem. And it's like, if you go to Universal, you gotta do that ride. Like, for a ride that's been there since opening day, it's amazing. All right, so I've had enough of violence. Top over Studios. So as you can hear Mardi Gras music going on by, if you notice something, the pink buildings over here are being painted white. So if you know what I'm talking about, see the administration building that's right over here. This part of the area is pink, as you can see, and then the rest of this area around here is all white color, so it looks like they're changing colors in this. I'm kind of surprised as to why they're doing this, but yeah, that's rather interesting. So if anyone knows in the comments why they're doing it, let me know, but these are the only things that have been painted in this particular white color. The rest of the areas here are still in that, like, that pinkish look. Oh, they got the stairway over there a little bit there. So yeah, all the series here is all white, so all right, we're gonna go inside, do some rides at Studios. Oak Park is open earlier from 10 to 9. Allen's Adventure is open from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Now, oddly, I've seen at the photo pickup area that they have dining reservations available for Finnegan's, and there's one problem. Finnegan's is not open. They are under a major refurb going on by for the restaurant, so that's a bit awkward. Hopefully Universal can find a way to fix that. And speaking of refurbs, that paint that's right over here where they have the Minion stuff, that has definitely seen better days. I do hope Universal repaints it. But then again, the main Despicable Me attraction, Minion Mayhem, is a 10-minute wait, which is absolutely mind-blowing. And the crazy part is that that attraction is over 10 years old, which I cannot believe it's over 10 years old. I think it's like, what, this year will be 12 years, which that is crazy. So let's talk about Mardi Gras here at Universal Studios Florida. Now, the big thing about Mardi Gras is that it is going on from February 7th to April 4th, and the concerts are going on until March 28th. So they've already had Cascade, Portugal The Man, and Ivy Queen already play, as well as Joey Fatone and AJ McLean, and RuPaul that's going on by. March 7th, which is this upcoming weekend, will be Ziggy Marley. And then March 13th and 14th and 15th, we got Tyler Hubbard, BB Rexa, and Zed. And then March 21st, Bare Naked Ladies. And March 28th, the All American Rejects. Some guys that have been here before, like Zed, Bare Naked Ladies, and All American Rejects. And then a few new ones, like BB Rexa and Tyler Hubbard. I believe Ziggy Marley has been here before, too. I could totally be wrong, but that's crazy of a lineup there. A smaller lineup, and I don't know, somewhat disappointing and all that, but Yeah, hard to believe there. But I heard the Rapal one actually had a really good turnout, so that's actually really good to hear about that. That was the one that I was definitely scratching my head towards, but hey, if people were coming to it, then no harm, no foul. You see what's going on there with the construction of, well, the Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. Not really a whole lot where like the old entrance to Rip Ride Rocket was. And everything is clear behind the stage except for whatever construction is going on there. But lots of construction, what's probably gonna be for the entrance. So since the last time we have been over here to Universal Studios Florida, if you noticed, they have now added a QR code over here, and a new construction vehicle has entered the area. So it's like just more ground up crew that's gonna dig up the ground and all that stuff. But here's the big thing though. You have a QR code that's right over here that will scan for updates, and they have a thing on the side also saying stay up to speed. Now, I still think I am going to be very accurate when I say that even though that I'm bummed out that it is a Fast and Furious roller coaster coming here, and they do have the Hollywood Drift thing for 2027 here. If you follow with Universal Studios Hollywood, they just showcased the train in the station and having a test run going on by. Now, from what we are aware of, it's supposed to open in the Hollywood location in summer 2026. Now, the big building, as you can see right over here around this area, they got some work to do there. It's not even fully like enclosed yet. They still got the steel structure up there. They got some of the outside still working on, but this building is going to be huge. Now, I believe this part of the building right over here is going to be the main like station hub that's over there, and then to the right of it will probably be the maintenance bay and all that. I know Alicia Sell has covered a lot of things about that ride, so if you want to follow for more updates on that, check out her channel. She's going to tell you everything about that, and it'll go from there. And also, because Mardi Gras is here, they do have foods from different countries all around throughout the Universal Studios, from just outside the New York section. Well, I should say technically it is the New York section, all that way around there, to the San Francisco area, full of different countries and all that. So they're all around the area. I can tell the food smells really, really good. I can tell they're really cooking a lot of food over here. So that is good to see, to say the least there. One attraction I am looking forward to actually riding today is going to be Revenge of the Mummy. Now, there is a reason why. Now, coming up later on next week, at the making of this recording, is today is Thursday. Looking at the date here, so unfortunately I forgot what it was. March 5th. The next week I will be over on a trip to Texas. There goes the Blues Brothers going off in the background there. But, wow, that came out of nowhere. But, Mr. Freeze is going to be one of the rides I'm going to be doing in over Texas, and I'm very excited. Wow, I'm just dropped from 25 minutes to 15 minutes, and it's a perfect time to ride. So anyways, we're going to go put the camera in the locker, and we're going to hop on the ride. So, let's go. 3 rides on Revenge of the Mummy on the single rider. We got Cleopatra over here and one of the guys up the hill. That's really cool. See, she knows. She knows. But man, let me tell you, I'm glad I did Revenge of the Mummy. I'm very, very glad. And again, I'm very ready for Mr. Freeze, man. Mr. Freeze, I already know that ride's gonna kick, but you know, doing the launch, even though it's not as fast as Mr. Freeze, but just to hear the LAMs and get the feel for it, it's gonna be good. I can't wait. I'm like really excited. If excuse me, if my father was around, I know he'd be very happy with me doing Mr. Freeze. I know that for sure. So yeah, that's nice. Anyways, let's head on over to the best ride of all time. So as we're walking into San Francisco and we're getting ready to do Fast and Furious Supercharge, again, best ride of all time. Of course, we got to be hitting on our rides here when we're visiting Universal between now and whenever this attraction will close. However, I do have a weird theory that, you know, this attraction will close earlier than the proposed 2027 date. I feel like it'll be late 2026. I just have that weird little hunch, if you know what I mean. You know, so get your rides in and all that. Right now, it's currently a 10-minute wait, so we're gonna hop on in and say hello, of course. All right, just did a ride on Fast and Furious Supercharge. The best row, row 8. You already know it. Anyways, on to the next attraction. Alrighty, so did 3 rides on MIB. Most I got was a 468, so not too bad. But at the same time, like 468,000 to be more precise. But at the same time, there was nobody on that ride, so I really go for more. But yeah, you gotta remember that ride does have a bit of a spin. So I promise I'm not getting old. I promise. Anyways, I do want to showcase, so the park really has been too crazy here at Studios Islands, a little bit on a few attractions, but yeah. And this is interesting. They're actually having a Mardi Gras bar in here, in the Coca-Cola place. That is rather interesting how they have it here. Not really much to complain about. So while we were over here in Mel's, we're not too far away from the Mardi Gras tribute store. One thing I will say, the weather has been very, very good. It's been around in the high 70s, low 80s. And compared to the last few weeks, man, it feels a lot better, man. I'm so happy it's a lot warmer. And I know when we're going to Texas, it should be even warmer too. So that's good to see there. So we're going to check out the Mardi Gras tribute store next. Actually, before we go in, I want to show you, they actually have drained the lagoon out here where they're doing the what would be the fountain show over here. So they're eventually gonna be doing some work around there for a little bit, and then I guarantee by the time summer comes around, they'll eventually have the water back up and have the show in no time. So I can't wait to see it come out again. Alrighty, Mardi Gras tribute store, Tauntaun's Roadhouse. Let's go walk under the mouth, which look at this here. Oh, that's close. All right, and now we're gonna go in and see if anything stands out here. Ah, I see some fresh fudge over here. We got peanut butter chocolate, cookies and cream. Okay, not bad to start off. And we have a Mardi Gras tumbler right over here. Interesting. Very, very interesting there. And I see, looks like some coffee stuff over here. We got pumpkin spice. I see some dark roast espresso. And then, what is this? Dark roast blend, Latin America, African, and Indonesian blend. Interesting. And then always, main thing I've always learned, always check these out over here. There's a lot of Easter eggs I always like to hang around over here. So, I'm looking around. If I see something pop up, I will let you know. Well, right as I say that, here's a Captain Jake's ad for spicy rum. That's a reference to Jaws right over there. That's actually really cool that that's there. And then at least other stuff that I'm seeing, nothing else really pops into the mind there. That's neat though. Very, very neat. We got lots of hot sauces over here. Ghost tonic, 3 peppers. What is this one here? The Reaper. I see Dragon's Breath. Key lime. What is this here? Spicy Island. Lots of hot sauces. Got some shirts over here. Got some bags and hats, and I believe that's it's a plushie, but I'm trying to think of what it is though. It is $18. I don't know what this is. I don't think it's toast, but oh no, it's gonna fall. Oh no. Okay, I'm sorry, Universal. I'm not trying to mess up your stuff. Oh my goodness. Oh. What in the world? Please stop taking the tiny babies. They are for the king cake management. Oh wow, so this is like a mock of the food that's there. Oh, the Amity Malt, that's for Jaws. It's a Yeti reference. Oh, that's for Halloween Horror Nights. Oh, this is cool. Oh, look at that. That's like the thing from Volcano Bay with the Tiki thing. Not Tap Tap, but I can't remember the name. Unfortunately, that's the problem with Volcano Bay. It's from New Zealand, and like, I can't remember the names. This is neat though. I like this a lot. Oh, look at this. Oh, that's neat. I like the projection over here. It's pretty impressive to say the least. You can actually see me in the mirror here. And these 2 chairs right here. You can tell we're even close to the end because of where we're at. Oh, this is neat. Got more shirts right over here. One thing I noticed, I don't see any pass holder shirts unless we gotta keep looking around. You get beads and hats over here. It's pretty neat. You got a giant fan. I'm guessing, is this the one? I don't think it is. No, but it is $35. Oh my, it definitely went up for sure. The pictures right over here. And one thing I also noticed, unless it's around the corner. Yeah, there's no desserts over here. Oh my. Oh, really interesting. So yeah, I found out apparently they don't do the desserts anymore because I guess they were not really getting a lot of money from them, so they stopped doing it. That sucks. So maybe down the road, get some people asking about it. HHN one, we'll see. Also noticed for Haagen-Dazs, they have Mardi Gras themed ice cream over here. So they have a King Gator that's over here. So it's intriguing to see how they're really pushing around this building right here for all the seasonal and promotional stuff around here. So that's neat. Well, I went to see the show. Unfortunately, could not finish the show, which that sucks. So I got a free express because of that. And I'm not enough to have the thing here where you actually get the showtimes now. So that's actually good that they have that now. But again, that sucks though. I really wanted to, you know, actually see the show, but it is what it is. But since I got a free express, which is under a blue now, interesting. We do any attractions, so you know what? Why not go back to Islands and all that? So they have a lot of Mardi Gras characters out here today. They're handing out beads to people and all that. So that's actually really, really cool. People are getting photography and everything and all that. So it's actually really, really neat. Now, I'm going to guess and soon to see that the parade will be coming up soon, which, yes, I can see now, is at 7 p.m. So, you know, obviously, they're just going to do a little bit, some photos and all their stuff right there. So that's actually really, really neat. So, I will say, though, it's really, really cool you get to see that out here. And yeah, the park has definitely died down for sure. It was a little busy earlier, but now it's like completely dead. So that is beautiful. Studios is completely empty. Like, look at Despicable Me is only a 15-minute wait. That's how you know it's empty. That is impressive. But yeah, I think we should probably call it a day here at Universal. At least on this end, we did a full loop. We showed some of the progress going on by with Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. So yeah, I think we can perfectly say that that'll probably do here at Universal Orlando Resort. So not too bad to say the least for what has happened today, and I'm very satisfied with everything that's happened out here. But yeah, right now the park is absolutely dead, so if you really want to get on rides today, this is a really good time. I mean, even like WeTheCoasters, not even that much. It's 25 minutes, it'll probably feel like 10 or 15, so that's crazy. All right, guys, that'll do it here from WeTheCoasters at Universal Orlando Resort. A very good visit overall, and I gotta say, it felt great to be back out here. Always love coming here. It's great. A little crazy chaotic in the beginning, and then definitely around this timeline where I'm leaving, it's definitely died down a lot, so that's good to say the least, and I'm very happy. So hard enough to believe, next week we're gonna be at Texas. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm very excited, and I can't wait to see what's gonna happen. So thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, be sure to give it a like, subscribe if you're brand new to the channel, hit that bell notification for any future uploads. Follow us on all of our socials, our Facebook, our X, and our Instagram. Once again, my name is Dylan. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys later when we head over to Texas. Yeehaw! We'll see you guys later. Peace.